Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a random review. I am Random Ross and today I review Cocaine Bear. So this is written by Jimmy Warden, directed by Elizabeth Banks, starring Keri Russell, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Christian Convery, Alden Ehrenreich, Brooklynn Prince, Isiah Whitlock Jr., Margo Martindale, and the late Ray Liotta. So this is a horror comedy crime thriller based on the true events that unfolded in 1985, where an actual drug smuggler by the name of Andrew C. Thornton II, was dropping bags of cocaine out of a plane, and a bear got into it, and in real life the bear sadly, tragically overdosed and died from the drugs. But in this film they add some comedy in there, and the bear goes on a violent rampage, around the national park where it lives, getting high and smacked off its tits on cocaine. So that is probably the essential story that you've seen in the trailer. So, first of all, people have said that this is a horror, and a lot of horror channels are reviewing it as a horror. A lot of horror YouTubers I know myself, have reviewed this as a horror, but if I'm being honest, I just did not see it as a horror film. I mean, yeah, there were a lot of violence in there. Yes, there was slasher vibes in there, with guts and gore and brutal killings and beheadings and that, like, strong elements of a slasher film, but I just could not look at it as a horror film. I could only just see it as a brutally violent comedy, and that's what I can only see it as. So that's why I'm reviewing it as a random review on this channel, and yeah, so that's how I just see it, but yeah, I can get why people would go for it in the category of horror, but for me personally, I just could not see that. I mean, yes, I could see the horror elements, the horror references that we saw in it, with the kills, with the the guts and the gore and the beheadings and the violent nature of the animal. But yeah, like I said, I saw this as a crime comedy thriller, and I thought there were moments in there that were funny and were hilarious, including that ambulance scene where the bear's just going for it, and a bit where the bear falls asleep on the guy. That's a funny scene too. This film did have some comedy in there, and some brutal violence, and some horror. Also, this was the final film to feature the late Ray Liotta, who sadly passed away in the May of last year, which is sad, but he did a great job for his final performance. He was a good gangster guy, a drug lord. But we also got other characters, other people in there, like Keri Russell leading, and that being like the main woman. She was, the sanity of the movie. We even got some witty, funny characters in there too, as well, and some funny moments from them. There are 2 mid-credit scenes in this film, so stick around for those if you wish. So yeah, there's 2 mid-credit scenes, so you can see them if you want. But yeah, I have to say, Elizabeth Banks, she's really got into the directing game in recent years. Like, she did that Charlie's Angels reboot. I believe she's working on an Invisible Woman reboot, which I don't know if that's still happening or not. But she did direct this one, and she was behind the camera. Unless she had a cameo that I might have missed, I don't know. But I think she did good directing in this. This did come up with actual footage of the news as well, I believe, from the beginning, and then the fiction kicked in. He even came up with text saying about how deadly bears are and the real scenario. But I thought this was an okay film. It wasn't on too long. It was an hour and a half, So a good 90 minutes at least, and I thought that was long enough for this film. We had some good music in there, some good soundtrack, with it being set in the 80s. And yeah, I can never listen to that song White Lines again without thinking of this film. So, Cocaine Bear, what am I going to rate it? Well, I guess negatives were it wasn't as funny as I thought it would be. Yeah, there were daft moments in there, there were funny moments in there, but you know, I would say that it was very black comedy because there was very serious tone to it as well. You know, so, and you know, bears are really deadly animals if you piss them off. So yeah. What am I going to... Oh, the young child actors in this did a good job too, playing their roles as well. Yeah. I would warn you though, there are scenes of drug use in this film. So ratings, what am I going to give it? I'll give Cocaine Bear, I'll give it 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, 3.5 out of 5 for Cocaine Bear. So there you go, there is my review on this one. So have you seen it? Let me know down in the comments below if you have. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, if you love horror, I have a horror channel for that, because that's another thing I'm passionate about, horror. So yeah, that's it from this one. So until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends. Goodbye.